Hello and welcome to No Man's Land, the survival multi-craft let's play where you can play with me. If you've enjoyed following me, if you like seeing what's going on, contact me on Twitter or in Discord. The links will be in the description below and we can have a conversation about you joining in this world. I'm Shisho Shroom, and today we're starting things out in the Nether. I need my tools to be nice and prepared for what we have planned for today. So let's get these tools to perfect condition and start doing some work. First things first, I need to go to the end. I need to kill a couple of shulkers because I need some shulker boxes. I think it's going to really help collect all of the resources from the mountain as we're digging it out, including the trees, the dirt, the stone. We're going to need it all for everything that we've got going on. So let's get our tools ready. Let's go to the end and let's get some shulker boxes. After that, we're gonna hop into a very quick time lapse to destroy all those trees in the area. Next on the agenda is to quickly get into removing the dirt. We're just gonna start there, get it all out of here, before moving on to the stone. I have also repaired the iron farm. I didn't even realize it was broken. It must have got hit with some lightning or something. So let's get into clearing out this dirt. Progress report. We've made a lot of it. Clearing out this dirt, getting everything ready. I will show you in just a second what we've already done. I figured doing this little progress report updates would be a little more interesting than just a time lapse, and we're still gonna kind of mix in the time lapse parts of it, but this is essentially life for me. Just shulker boxes and shulker boxes of dirt. Fill them up, collect more dirt, and as you can see, we have made an astounding amount of progress. Let's go take a look really fast while I keep digging at everything that I've already done. We will hop into a short time lapse after this, but I don't want to bring you guys into my torment of digging out thousands and thousands of blocks of dirt. So here's what I've already done, and we're just going to enjoy it in this manner, where you guys can take a look. There is a lot of work that goes into taking out this much land. A lot of shovels, or just one shovel, and consistently going to the nether. That's arguably how I spend the majority of my time in this. I'll go dig out a small area. For instance, this area that you're currently looking at is everything I got through with one shovel before I had to go repair it. It's definitely a necessity to have an experience farm that can provide an abundant amount of experience for large-scale projects like this, so that you can consistently go to a place where you can repair all of your tools. And that's a big part of why we got the villagers so early on, was so that I could get mending and every other enchantment that I need to get all of my tools in the best condition possible. I'm not gonna make you guys watch me clear out this entire area, but let's hop into a short time lapse. Watch me clear out a little bit of this so you guys can kind of see the change in time of me digging out this mountain. Oh, and it looks like my shovel's about to break. So, this is typically around the time I'll take note of everything that I've gotten, start to organize things a little bit better, and head on up to the gold farm. Alright, progress report, and that's right, there's been a lot yet again. We are slowly but surely whittling away all of this dirt around the mountain. I've started to transition over towards the gunpowder farm because I'm not quite sure how I want the dirt to look around the part closest to the dark oak forest. So, I'm going to leave that dirt alone for the most part until I get the actual frame of the mountain in place and I know exactly how I want to carve that away and how I want it to transition back into regular Minecraft terrain. As you can see though, we have carved out over half of the dirt on top of the mountain and surrounding it. We are getting very close to finishing up all of the interior excavation. Now, rather than digging out all of this dirt, I'm gonna start cutting out half of this stone. That way we can actually start to get the framework for the mountain in, and it can finally start to take shape. So, let's forget about this dirt for a second, and remove all of the stone over top the storage area, and that little bit on the side over there where that crevice is. Progress update, and you've guessed it, there's been a lot. There's been a lot of progress. Let's take a look. Alright, and we have successfully carved out half of the entire mountain. Look at that stack of coal. Oh my gosh, that is literally too much. But we need it, and we're going to use probably a good majority of it very soon in lighting up the interior once we get the sides of the mountain placed on, which is what we're going to be doing next. Just look at that nice flat land. Perfect for building the exact mountain that I wanted to put up in here. So, without further ado, let's crack on with that mountain. Alright, and for the most part, we have finished the outline of the mountain. On this side, I still have a lot of the dirt that I need to remove and some stone from the original mountain, and then I'll be able to finish the outline in a little bit more detail. But on this part of the mountain, it is completely cleared out and has its outline set up to where everything is going to go. Right underneath the iron farm is the beginning of the archway that is going to connect the support for the iron farm as well as the original or the rest of the mountain. Progress report. There's been a lot. We finally have the archway over where the river is going to go. The outline of the mountain is really starting to take shape underneath the iron farm. We've got a lot of it filled in, especially here where the river is going to go. I am just so happy with how this is turning out. Look at that, and you can see kind of my thought process here as I'm building it. The idea is to build up a framework for it, and every 2 blocks I've got a general outline of how the mountain is going to look, and then I start to fill it in. I've started filling in the corners because they are a little bit more difficult, and it's easier to just get the more difficult bits out of the way first. And after we've got the outline in, I start to fill things in. We've also made some progress on the entrance of the mountain. I went and gathered some shroom light because I needed those to finish up the window, as well as throw some into the grass and put some green carpet over top. I also cut those bushes down a little bit. I felt like they took too much attention away from the other aspects of the entrance. And just like that, we have successfully completed half of the framework for the mountain. As you look around, you can still see a little bit of detail work that needs to be done as far as cleaning it up and getting rid of the blocky structure to it, but this is a fantastic start, and this took absolutely days. This was a long amount of time, and we still have a lot to do. We still have all of the dirt to place on the top, but the framework looks fantastic. We finally have some shape to our mountain, and the inside is all torched up and nice and safe, so I don't have to worry about mobs. But I do still have to worry about the excavation of the other half of the mountain. Now, fortunately, there's not a lot of stone here, so this is not going to take very long. But this area right over here, I do want to bring it out a little bit more. I want to remove all of this, kind of push it back to where that mountain kind of ends right over there on the left, and then kind of flatten it off. So that way it gives it a little bit more of a curve back into regular Minecraft terrain. I also do need to completely remove the rest of this stone, the rest of that dirt. I do want to completely flatten out the land and surrounding area, kind of slowly make its way back to regular Minecraft terrain, but definitely no little hills. There are a few places, kind of like this, where I want the base of the mountain to kind of curl up into a flat area before going back up into the rest of the mountain. Now in places like this, we're going to put some buildings, maybe hide some farms, or put some structures for people to live in. The plan for the dirt is I do want a walking path that goes from the base of the mountain to the peak of the mountain. So it's gonna break off right about here, and one half is gonna go to the iron farm and the other half is gonna go to that little spiky area. The rest of the dirt I plan to have relatively leveled out. There will be some places where little natural hills have formed, but I want to put a lot of buildings, hide a lot of farms, and create a lot of space for people to live. The big purpose of this area is to kind of be a basic necessities base. Everything that you would need to enjoy a nice world will be right here, and there will be houses so that new players can come in fresh and join and have somewhere to live. I also need to cover up the iron farm and the gunpowder farm. Those are two beautiful towers waiting to be erected, but for now, they're both just spotty messes. So it's gonna be a little while until we get to the part where we can actually create nice looking buildings. So far, this all worked because it's been just dirt and stone. I do need some detail work though. I need a lot of little building materials so that I can get this place looking really good. And that brings us to the end of the episode. Thank you so much for watching. This has been an absolute blast to make. I really hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. I love the way that this all looks. This took a very long time. And yes, we are eventually going to get to this half as well. I really can't continue with the mountain until I get it out of here. However, I've been staring at stone and dirt for about 4 days now, so I'm gonna go do some other things, make some farms, get some things going, and then we can actually do some detail work. And then when we get those things, I will eventually clear this all out, get the rest of the mountain built in, get the dirt path placed in, and everything will start to look really completed. But for now, thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, like it. Let me know that you liked it. It really helps me out. I'll see you next time.